There are traits of toxic African parenting. Now, this toxic African parenting is a vicious cycle. If you are a parent and you fall into the category of today's matter, you better bring your head here and your ear and your mind here. Toxic African parenting, it stems from the culture. Toxic African culture, right? This toxic African culture, we've also dealt with the topic. Check out our playlist for it. Now, it is the cycle. The cycle of toxic African parenting is this. Toxic parents, they will give birth to toxic kids. The toxic kids become toxic adults. These toxic adults, they get into relationships. And unfortunately, some of them become toxic leaders in the society. And the cycle what? Continues. It continues. Let me analyze some of these traits. Number one trait of toxic parenting, blaming the child for giving birth to them. You see this where like some parents, if they are facing financial difficulties, they will say, oh, my child is a witch. This child I gave birth to. Since the day I gave birth to you, my business has been going down. Nothing has been doing well for me. Poverty and sickness.
Then you carry them to pastor for deliverance.
That takes us
you idiot and shidiot of a mother and father.
Oh, that takes us to number 2, religiosity. Toxic religiosity. Yeah, I said it. Now, this is how it is. This type of toxic parents, most times they are Christians. The ones that are Christian, they will be using what they call the Bible to be exhibiting their toxic punishments on these children. They will manipulate them. They will tell you that, oh, a child must obey the father and the mother. This is also commandment. Thou shalt honor thy father and thy mother. But you do not know that you should not provoke the children to anger.
You're not supposed to honor your children.
Oh.
You think honoring is only for what?
Such parents will use the Bible to come and say, oh, as your parents, I gave birth to you, I'm responsible for you. You have to listen to me. You must listen to me. They don't apologize when they are wrong. Example, child will break plate, the parent will beat the child. When the parent break plates,
they laugh.
They say, oh, it's just a mistake. That's another one. Now, these children, when they grow up now, they become adults. Some parents don't know boundaries. Some parents, they give birth to children just for retirement's sake. That takes us down to number 3 point, black tax. Black tax is when African parents, they decide that they are entitled to their parents, their children's money. So anytime their children earn salary every month,
they have to give them from it. Regardless of if they've accused this child of being a witch when they were small,
they will request for it. An adult child will say, oh, okay, I will be sending so and so amount of money home to my parents just to help them. They will send something like, let's say $500 a month. The parents say, is this what you're sending? Your mates are sending this, your mates are sending that. Some of these parents will push their children into what they call cybercrime, aka
Yahoo.
So we push them into ritualism that we are experiencing today.
So we initiate them into this so-called witchcraft topic that will be addressed after this intro
today. Yep, and that is also number 4. Yeah, number 4, shaming, public shaming. So they take their children out, they'll publicly shame them. I'm reporting you to pastor, I'm reporting you to your teacher, they will flog you, they will do this, they verbally abuse them emotionally, financially, socially, economically, and unfortunately, sexually. Now, then there's no respect for boundaries, and they are not willing to evolve.
They can never change. Last year, there was a comment on Twitter from somebody named Aproko Doctor. If he was savvy on Twitter, you might know him. And he said, there's a very thin line with what African parents think is discipline and abuse. Many of us grew up under abuse, but we regard it as normal because their parents did it to them. It's our style of parenting. Did you really turn out better or damaged? And so we responded. We said toxic African parenting has led to many damaged kids/youths. Some of us are walking traumas, and the sad thing is that we do not know. This trauma is manifested in different areas of our lives until we identify them, treat them, and unlearn some things. We cannot be free.
However, in this era and this age, there's no excuse for you not to want to better yourself or for you not to decide that you want to better yourself. If you look on the left, it's a book called How to Do the Work. Recognize your patterns, heal from the past, create yourself. And it's written by a holistic psychologist. I have been reading this book. Trust me, this book It's amazing. So even if you cannot afford a therapist, you can start your journey by educating yourself, being open-minded to it.
And if you look for people who complain and say, oh my God, I don't read books, it's too much. There's no excuse. There's YouTube. It's a wealth of knowledge. Google it.
And there's
Google
audio
you will
book.
find audio books that will help you through that traumatic phase so that you don't become what you did not like when you were growing up.
If you have been following our YouTube channel, you check out our playlist for the YouTube live videos. Last year, we did a very amazing live show on intentional parenting where we had some parents who happens to be Common Sense Squad members. They came in live. We had fathers and mothers come in and they talked about how they intentionally parent their children.